Yo, just chilling out here with my fire and my little kitty cat. Been thinking about emotions a lot lately. Um, I feel like in the past, whenever I have a lot of stuff going on at once, things tend to just compound. Like, I think when you have a bunch of really negative things happening at the same time, if you try to deal with them all at once, they tend to. I don't think it's like a additive thing. I think it's like an exponential. If you have four bad things, it's way worse than like dealing with four bad things in a row. But I feel like a lot of that's just mindset. And lately, I've been really trying to focus in on each thing that's happening separately, um, process uh, how it's impacted me, how it's impacted those around me, and um, try to just see what I'm able to do to avoid it in the future, or if it's like something that I can control at all separately. So maybe an example would be something I've seen a lot actually is, let's say you're at work, you just finished this like really big initiative or whatever, something you're really proud of, you worked really hard on, and let's say someone else gets a promotion right after it. Um, Maybe it's even somebody that you perceive their worth or their value by some metric is lower than yours to the company. Um, what I've been trying to do is to break it down, like situations like that where you did you didn't get a promotion, where you think you might have like deserved one, or there was a case for it. Someone else got one, you feel like you deserved it more or whatever. In a case like that, I try to say, this other person got a promotion. I can be happy for that. And then I can also be upset that I don't think they're performing or whatever. Um, and I can also be upset that I didn't get a promotion. But if, as long as in my head, I can make sure that I'm not like connecting any of those things where there might not even be connections, it's a lot easier for me to like process the happiness of that person getting something good for them. Um, if if they're not performing well and it's like bleeding over, and them not performing well is like affecting how much work I have to do, there's steps I can take then to try to push them to do better. And if I don't get promoted, I can change what I'm doing to like better sell the impact I'm making. And rather than just being like, hey, my company sucks. This isn't happening right now, by the way. It's not like I'm not like referencing a specific thing going on right now, but um, yeah, just the act of breaking down each individual thing that's going on, um, figuring out how it impacts me, and figuring out what I can do to control that in the future. It's a lot easier to deal with that than to just look at all of these things going on at once and feel like there's nothing I can do to, like, there's no one action I can take to fix all of those things at once. But there are small things I can do to work on all of them separately. So, yeah, this is just a random ramble, but just something I was thinking about tonight. My brain wants to compare it to the metaphor of like having a dirty room, but it just feels so like cliche. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, if your room or your house or your whatever is like disgusting, it can look like an overwhelming amount of work to fix everything. But if you be like, hey, I need to pick up all of the clothes or all of the cans or all the whatever, need to sweep the floor, need to, if you break it down into individual things that are wrong, I don't know, it's just, I've always had a lot more success dealing with things like that rather than going and just spend, if I'm like, hey, I need like 6 hours to clean this place, it's very hard for me to like be willing to spend that amount of time fixing it. But if there's like a bunch of tiny little things I can do, I found it's much easier to coordinate that kind of stuff logistically and emotionally, I guess. Yeah, I mean, not much point to this video. It's just stuff I was thinking about. Cool. Well, that's it. See ya.